Hey guys, it's Alicia, and today I'm going to show you two methods for using MySQL to delete a table. To successfully delete a table, you'll need to know how to access your WordPress database and have an understanding of what each component does. In this video, we'll talk about what it means to drop a table in MySQL and when you might need to do it. We'll also show you how to use MySQL to delete a table. But before we get too far, I want to let you know that there will be links to more resources in the video's description. And remember, subscribe and ring that bell to get notifications for future helpful content. All right, now, what does it mean to drop a table in MySQL? Dropping a table in MySQL refers to the SQL command that enables you to delete a table within a database. When you delete a table, all of its rows will disappear from the database. It's a well-known fact among developers that deleting tables in a database can be a risky process. For dynamic websites, such as those built with WordPress, deleting the wrong table can break the entire site. This is because WordPress constantly makes requests to the database to pull the data that it shows to users. If you accidentally delete a critical table, you'll need to restore the entire database or website from a backup. There are a few situations where you might need to use MySQL to delete a table. If you're using WordPress, you'll be uninstalling plugins at some point, and some plugins leave behind database tables that contain unused data. Unused tables take up storage space. They can also slow down request processing times within your website and cause compatibility issues with other plugins. Fortunately, there are several plugins that can help you optimize your database, including WP Optimize. This tool enables you to find orphaned tables and duplicate entries within the database and delete them. This should help speed up your site. However, using MySQL to delete tables might offer much better results. If you're using managed hosting options such as Kinsta, you don't have to worry about database maintenance. However, knowing how to access the database and remove unused tables can help you troubleshoot technical issues with your website. If you need to delete a database table, it's recommended that you back up the entire database first. Depending on your web host, you might have access to automatic backups. Kinsta, for example, backs up your website in full every day. You can also back up your site's database separately from your WordPress site files. To do so, you'll need to access the database using a tool such as phpMyAdmin. If you use Kinsta, you can access the MyKinsta dashboard and navigate to your site's info tab. Inside, you'll find a section that reads Database Access. Click on the button that says Open phpMyAdmin. Then log into your phpMyAdmin account and use the menu to the left to find the database that you want to back up. If you're only running a single WordPress website, there should only be one database on the list. After selecting the database, click on the Export button at the top of the page. The next page will ask you what export method and file formats you want to use. You'll need to select Quick and SQL to download a full database backup in SQL format. The database backup will download to your computer. If you run into an error after deleting a table in MySQL and you need to restore the database, return to phpMyAdmin and jump to the Import tab. Within the Import tab, you'll find the option to select a database file in SQL format. Locate the file on your computer and click on Go to upload it. Importing a database file will override the existing tables and restore the database to the state it was in before you deleted any tables. Some WordPress backup plugins also enable you to back up your database as a separate file. However, keep in mind that some of these plugins aren't compatible with Kinsta due to security issues. There are two ways that you can use MySQL for deleting tables if you have access to PHP-MyAdmin. Let's take a look at each method. If you're using PHP-MyAdmin, you can delete tables using SQL commands or the tool's graphic interface. For the visual approach, select the database that you want to edit. A list of tables will appear on the screen to the right. You can select any table by ticking the checkbox to the left of its name. After selecting a table, use the menu at the bottom of the screen and click on the drop option. Keep in mind that tables will vary from one website to another. A lot of WordPress plugins add several new tables to the database, so it's important that you're sure about what elements to delete. To drop a table with SQL commands, click on the SQL tab at the top of the screen. On this page, you'll see a field where you can enter SQL queries. This is the query that you need to use to drop a table. The table name variable should be replaced with the name of the table that you want to drop. For example, if you want to drop the WP users table, that query would read, if you enter the table name correctly, PHP-MyAdmin will delete the element and all of the rows that it contains. We recommend checking your website to see if everything is still working as it should. Deleting multiple tables in MySQL works very similarly to the first method. With the visual approach, you can select multiple tables in PHP-MyAdmin, then choose the drop option from the drop-down menu at the bottom of the screen. If you prefer to delete tables using SQL, navigate to the SQL tab. You can use the same SQL query for deleting single tables. The only difference is that you'll need to include multiple table names, separated by commas. You can add as many tables as you want, but make sure that the names are correct. When you're ready, click on the Go button to execute the query. Since you're deleting multiple tables at once, you'll need to be absolutely certain that they don't include critical data. Deleting multiple tables can be risky, but if you have a full database backup, you should be able to restore your content. Deleting tables in MySQL is simple. We recommend that you only drop a database if you're sure that you don't need it. Our MyKinsta dashboard makes it easy to access your WordPress database and manage your site. Reach out to our sales team to discuss which plan is right for you. Kinsta's WordPress hosting can speed up your website by up to 200%, and you'll get 24/7 support from our expert WordPress engineers. We offer 2 months free with any annual plan, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and unlimited free basic migrations from any host. Head over to kinsta.com/plans to get started. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tutorials, explainers, and helpful content like this.